printing the Pascal triangle. The output should be like this: 1 1 1 2 1, or if possible like this: 1 colon 1 2 1, 2 colon 3 1 3 3 1, 4 1 4 6 4 1, like that up to n. These are the binomial coefficients of the respective power, and the logic is like this: first is 1 1, second will be 1, addition of these two 1, again 1, addition of these two, addition of these two 1, again 1, addition of these two, like that n times. The hint for it will be, you are required to use two arrays, array A which is initially containing 1 1. When you form array B from it, when you are forming array B, n is 2. 1 you will have to copy originally, 0th position. Then B1 when you calculate, it will be A0 plus A1. So B1 is over. B2, that means Bn तक आप आ गए, तो B2 will be 1. Got it? Print B. Up to position n. Position n. Then I will say copy B to A. So A will become 1 2 1. Again you will start with saying B0 is equal to 1. B1 will be A0 plus A1 will be 3. B2 will be A1 plus A2 will be again 3. And B3, now in this case n is 3. So B3 will be obviously 1. Again print B. And repeat. Copy B to A and continue. Got the logic? So the general step will be B0 is equal to 1 for I equal to 1 to I less than n, I plus plus, it will be Bi equal to Ai minus 1 plus Ai. And then after this Bi is equal to 1. Then printing का loop. then it will be n plus plus, and you will have to do it while n is less than or equal to m. So it will be up to m you will have to print, because I have used n as a variable here. Something similar to this. Initially you will have to set a of 0 equal to 1, a of 1 equal to 1. You will have to print that array, okay, and then you will have to set n is equal to 2, and then you should enter into this loop. So n equal to 2 के लिए b0 will be 1, from 1 up to I less than 2. So b1 will be calculated. When I becomes 2, it will stop. b2 will be 1, print b. n plus plus, go back. Okay. Of course यहाँ एक printf भी आएगा to print that 1 colon 2 colon like that. Okay, you will have to write the complete code. This is the first one. Second, read n elements in array A. You will have to read n elements in array A, and you will have to answer number 1, how many are divisible by part A 3, part B 5. Second, how many 3-digit numbers are there? You will have to check how many 3-digit numbers are there out of array. Third, print every number followed by sum of digits. एरे का हर एक नंबर प्रिंट करके उसके आगे उसकी सम प्रिंट करनी. Okay, this is the second one. Third, read n elements in array A. And you will have to check how many numbers are placed in its last digit position. Right, and how many numbers are placed in its last digit position. That means you will have to check whether number at position 2 has got last digit as 2. Number at position 3 whether it has got last digit as 3. ऐसे कितने numbers? This is first job. And second job is how many numbers contain their own position. That means at position 2, whatever number you have, whether that number contains digit 2. At position 3, whatever number you have, whether that number contains value 3, digit 3. Fourth, accept one integer number and convert it to hexadecimal The output should be stored in string. Okay, लिखो. For the first one I have given you hint. From second onwards you know the logic. Write it. This is the complete code for the first one, written with the help of one function, print arr. I have started with a containing two values, 1 and 1, and n is 1, because that print arr is printing up to position p. So n should be initially 1. So it will print 1 colon and the two values 1 1. Then b0 is 1. For I equal to 1, I less than n tak. B of I is a of I minus 1 plus a of I. This step I have already given. B of I is 1, n plus plus. Now there are values 0, 1, 2. Using print arr, I will print that array B. Then I will copy that array B to array A, and I will go back and do it once again. This will give the Pascal triangle, the same output as I have shown you earlier. Then code number 4. Number to its hexadecimal using string. While n is not equal to 0. Switch n%, rather I would say, if n% 16 is less than 10, then S of I is equal to n% 16 plus character 0. Else S of I is equal to n% 16 minus 10 plus character A, n equal to n by 10 I plus plus S of I equal to \0. am using one more, say z here, and I will also say z equal to I minus 1. One more character temp, and then for while I will set I equal to 0. While I is less than z, it is temp is equal to s of I. S of I equal to s of z. S of z equal to temp. I plus plus z minus minus. And then printf. Hexadecimal is %s s. Example here could be 1526 divided by 16. Is that right? So the corresponding hexadecimal number in this case for 1526 decimal is nothing but 5f6 hexadecimal. Any doubt? It's a string that I am storing. The remainder 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 has been converted to characters 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 because that remainder which is less than 10 has been added to character 0. So if it is remainder 1 plus character 0 will be character 1 that will be stored. And in case the remainder is greater than or equal to 10, then I am subtracting 10 from that remainder and adding a. So when remainder is 10, 10 minus 10 will be 0, 0 plus character a will be a. So for 10 it will store a. When remainder is 11, 11 minus 10 will be 1, 1 plus character b will character a will be character b, like that. And so this program will be done without switch case, otherwise there will be 16 cases. Whatever output that I get is in this sequence, first 6, then 15, then 5, whereas this code will reverse the string. It is interchanging the first character with the last, then the second with second last, and from both sides we go on swapping till they cross, because if you continue fully then you will again get the original string. For example, this you will have to swap first with the last, then you will be swapping these two. Another A, E. So these two are swapped. Then these two, M, X, then these two, I, A, then these two, C, D, and this will not be swapped, and then they cross each other. When they cross you should stop, because otherwise the characters will go back to their own position. So it is while I is positioned at 0th position first and j at the last character, and so ith character is interchanged with jth. I is incremented, j is decremented. Something that we have not written, I suppose, earlier. Reverse we have written. Now in your practicals they can ask you such a program, or they can change it to octal. In case of octal, what change we should make? अरे ये by 16 करो, sorry, make this by 16 ना, by 10 नहीं, n equal to n by 16 होना चाहिए. हाँ. If it is octal, then we don't want this statement. It will be n% 8. We don't want this part, and this is going to be by 8. So same code will work. And if it is binary, change it to 2. So one program giving us all the results. Output is always going to the string. So you don't have to remember different programs actually. One program will do all the conversions. Second job that is not given to you actually, but now as we are halfway through, you will be accepting a string which represents hexadecimal. You are supposed to give the decimal number as the output. So take down that job. Convert the given hexadecimal to decimal. How do we do it? I am accepting it in a string only. Given hexadecimal number will be from the most significant digit, like it will be 5f6 will be entered, whereas I will be looking for other way around. So revert it. For that I will have to first of all find the length. So I will say while s of I is not equal to \0 I plus plus, and then j is set to the last position, and again I is set to 0. Same code. It is while I is less than j, temp equal to s of I equal to s of j equal to temp I plus plus j minus minus. So take that hexadecimal, revert it. Then after that I want to generate n now. So I will start with saying n equal to 0, I equal to 0, while s of I is not equal to \0. I will check what that particular digit that character is, whether it is a digit or alphabet. Okay, and I have got a function is digit, so I will simply say if is digit s of I. We have already written such a function. If is digit s of I, then I will say n equal to n into 16 plus s of I minus character 0. Else, if it is not a digit, it is bound to be alphabet, so n will be equal to n star 16 plus s of I minus character a plus 10. I am writing the code which is exactly reverse to the previous one. जो हेक्साडेसिमल प्रिंट किया था वो एक्सेप्ट किया, उसके पहले मैंने रिवर्ट किया था, सो आई एम अगेन रिवर्सिंग इट. देन आई वॉज यूजिंग द रिमाइंडर, वो 10 ग्रेटर देन 10 है या क्या है वो देख के, वही पॉलिसी वंस अगेन. And then you will simply say printf required decimal is %d n. In college these programs must have been covered earlier. Conversion? No? You were using strings at that time? No. Output was reverse only. Whether they have taught you or not? No. The two programs which are exactly in reverse of each other. Now if you are looking for octal, procedure will remain the same. Don't accept that octal as integer, accept it as a string only. And if you accept it as a string, the only change will be n star 8. Octal convert करने के लिए, octal to decimal करने के लिए, you will accept it as octal. Everything else will remain same. I don't have to check क्योंकि उसमें सभी digits ही रहते हैं. So I don't require any of this check, and instead of 16 it will be 8. The required decimal is n. If it is binary to decimal, same policy, no change. And then it should be a menu driven program where you will be accepting n from the user number. Rather there will be choices. How many choices? A menu driven program using all these. How many choices you will have? You will ask for what is the input, what conversion you want to do. Is it decimal to hexadecimal, decimal to octal, decimal to binary? Or is it binary to decimal, octal to decimal, or hexadecimal to decimal, or whether it is octal to hexadecimal? How will you do that? Octal to hexadecimal, octal to binary, hexadecimal to octal, hexadecimal to binary. इतने सारे ऑप्शंस है. Every time you take in between decimal, that is easy. Hexadecimal to octal में you come down from hexadecimal to integer and integer to octal. So you will require only these conversions only, and the indirect conversions could be so many: octal to hexadecimal, octal to binary, binary to octal, binary to hexadecimal, binary to decimal तो है ही हमारे पास. Write them in the function form should suffice. There is one more way in which I can directly write something called as hexadecimal to binary. Write down hexadecimal to binary. Hexadecimal to binary. I am accepting the hexadecimal in string S. While S of I is not equal to \0, or prior to that I am just saying S1 of I or S bin of I, S bin square bracket 0 equal to \0. I am putting \0 at position 0, it is empty string. S bin में अभी तो कुछ नहीं है, input has been taken into S, so S bin has been initialized as blank, first position containing \0. The example of switch case, switch S of I, case character 0, I will simply say strcat S bin by double quotes 0000 break. Case कैरेक्टर 1 सिंगल कोट ज़रूरी है क्योंकि वो सभी कैरेक्टर्स है. strcat is bin by 0001 break. Like that you will have to write 16 cases. Last case will be case F, strcat S bin by 1111 break. Switch case will be over I plus plus close curly bracket printf binaries %s S bin, making use of function strcat. On the similar lines you will have octal to binary. There will be 8 cases patched up by a string of length 3, pattern 000, 001 से लेके 111 तक. So 5x6, this number converted to binary, 5 is 0101, F is 1111 and 6 is 0110 is the corresponding binary. So direct replacement, we don't have to go through binary in that decimal in that case. One group, second group, third group. So to binary we have got direct connection from hexadecimal to binary, octal to binary. Hexadecimal to octal and octal to hexadecimal, there is no way. You will have to take a path in between, either coming to binary and going back, or decimal and going back.